for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Thank you. 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. If you've ever gone online, you might have been subjected to one of these side advertisements that says before and after pictures of somebody who's had plastic surgery. And if you were tempted to click on it and you clicked on it and you scrolled through, which is, I'm basically describing what I did. You scroll through and you see Kenny Rogers, you see Dolly Parton, you see Barry Manilow. I think Mary Tyler Moore was in the mix, and some people I don't really know, but some had before and after photos of plastic surgery procedures that, to me, didn't look that bad. The girl from Dirty Dancing, I think it was, I can't remember her name now, but she didn't look that bad. She looked pretty good to me, but some of them really do. Some of them, you have to wonder, my goodness, are they happy with that procedure? And I don't know if there's anything you can do to undo it. Our next guest would know. Dr. Donald W. Kress is on the phone. He's known as the Plastic Surgery Repairman. He served as a combat Green Beret, by the way, with the 5th SF Unit in Vietnam. He was awarded the Bronze Star. He's an assistant clinical professor at Penn State, the Milton S. Hershey Medical Center, and he's the founder of Plastic Surgery One and the Kress Cosmetic Breast Cancer in Frederick, Maryland. So I'm guessing his plastic surgery experience and expertise covers way more than simply cosmetic and simply for famous folks. I'm guessing a lot of it has to do with maybe reconstructing soldiers who've perhaps had their faces blown off. Not to be too cruel there, or too blunt, but I'm sure that's part of what he has to deal with. Dr. Kress, Dr. Donald Kress, it's an honor to be able to say you're on our show. Good morning.
Good morning to you, and thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Where are you?
Frederick, Maryland, just outside of D.C.
Okay. So did I correct anything I had wrong? Am I right about you working with soldiers?
I used to, but at this stage in my life, not so much so. They're pretty much within the VA system, and some of them make it out. And yes, I do. When they make it into the community and they come into the office, yes, I go out of my way to do the best I can for the soldiers.
Wow. And some of the things we read about are just amazing. Can I ask, I guess, maybe a first question that might be stupid, but I'll take that risk? Why is it called plastic?
It comes from a Greek word called plastikos, and it actually means to mold. And so when they were first developing the specialty, which was actually born in World War I, one of the professors at one of the French universities looked over his students and chose one of the students that says, "You're going to start a whole new specialty, and we're going to call it plastic because of the ability to mold." And his mission was to take his knowledge of oral surgery and maxillofacial surgery and figure out ways of giving some of these soldiers with the horrible injuries from World War I back some kind of a life and some kind of a face. And that was the birth of plastic surgery.
Wow. When we mold a person's face so that it's more aesthetically acceptable or more aesthetically pleasing, or whatever word would go there, does the inner parts of our body, do the internal organs perhaps benefit from plastic surgery simply because they would function better if they were remolded?
Sometimes, and you can't overlook the psychological effects too. So, there's some profound psychological effects for people that have been suffering with a deformity or a disability, and if you can take some of that away from them, you can change their whole attitude. And as you know, there's lots and lots of research now that, with the proper attitude, then your health is better. Your cholesterol goes down. Your weight settles down. And there's just so many things that are affected by the way you perceive yourself. And if you can make a significant modification in that for the positive, you can change all aspects of a person's life.
What is the most common request you have, cosmetic-wise, right now?
Well, the number one procedure in the country is breast augmentation, and there's about 400,000 of them being done in the United States every year right now.
Are they safe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, when it's done correctly.
Okay, but I mean, because I remember
the little proviso on every time I say yes.
Yeah. Well, and the only reason I ask about that is because there were, of course, some stories about the leaking silicone breast implants.
Absolutely. The thing I would say about the breast implants is it's a very dangerous operation because it's easy to do. And people will go to, not plastic surgeons, will go to courses and take a 2-hour course on how to do breast augmentation. But the problem is that it's not easy to do well. And there's lots of things that can go wrong if you're not properly trained and properly prepared for it. So that's one of the most abused procedures because people will be doing them in the back of their office that are improperly trained or with 2 hours. I actually just got a flyer in the mail about a month ago, and it was an introduction to a course for non-plastic surgeons but for plastic surgery wannabes. And they were saying that for a special additional fee, you could go to this portion of the course where they would teach how to do breast augmentations over 2 hours, and the person teaching the course has done over 200 breast augmentations. To put that in perspective, I'm probably pushing 15,000 breast augmentations.
Wow. So you wrote the book. It's called Trust Me, I'm a Plastic Surgeon, The Survival Guide. You're known as the plastic surgery repairman. So is the book a way to educate the reader as to how to find the best plastic surgeon for yourself?
Yes. It teaches you how to, first of all, understand, well, there's several different parts to it. Yes, it teaches you how to properly qualify a plastic surgeon. It teaches you how to qualify the facility. It teaches you the straight truth about the procedures, not the reality TV version of it, but the real version of it. It also goes even into the decision-making process and how shrewd or manipulative doctors can manipulate your decision-making process and encourage you to do things unnecessary. There's a lot of scams out there, and unless you're aware of them, you can easily be led into them. And I've got some examples if you want to hear them.
Oh, yeah.
And then it also has a section on what to do if you think something has gone wrong. And most people don't have a plan, and that's a real problem with having plastic surgery. You always have to have a backup plan. You know, if this doesn't come out the way I want, what am I going to do about it, and how long am I going to wait?
Right.
I've had patients I had one patient that actually was one of the ones that caused me to write the book. Let me give you just a little bit more of a background, I'm sorry. But when I first went into practice, I was seeing maybe 1 or 2 patients with bad plastic surgery who were injured or very unhappy a year. And as I stayed in practice, I've been in practice 31 years, it keeps increasing. And now it's about 25% of my practice, and that's why I kind of think about myself as a repairman. Well, some of these were just so devastating to the people, how it destroyed their lives, that my wife Kimberly is a psychologist, and every once in a while I would talk to her about them over dinner. It's like, because it was so powerful that having to deal with these people and getting them back on some kind of a track. And she said, well, you know, it's great that you fix these patients one at a time, but is that really the best use of your time? I was like, what are you talking about? She says, well, you can write. She says, why don't you put all this information that you've got in a book, and that way you can be helping tens of thousands of people instead of just one at a time, and you'd be helping them at a time before they get hurt. So that's why I wrote the book.
Oh, really? Wow. That's wonderful. Now, can you answer where are there some things that you just can't fix? Every once in a while, I'll see somebody who looks like, and I don't know, and there's no way for me to even identify anybody individually, but it looks like somebody maybe went through a fire, or they have discoloration of the skin on their face, and they look beautiful as far as their features, the shape and everything. But the color, I saw a young black woman at a McDonald's, and she was just a beautiful woman, but it looked like her face wasn't one color. And I've often wondered, is that fixable?
Not everything is fixable. You're absolutely correct about that. But the technology is changing from year to year, and as we get in further and further into doing some of the genetic engineering and being able to produce artificial skin and things, so I think that, I mean, nothing is totally hopeless, but and you know, it changes from year to year. But I think you're right that there are some things that are just unfixable, but you have to make sure you get that answer from somebody who knows what they're doing.
And I don't mean to interrupt. I'm speaking over you, and I really apologize for that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that the danger with the people that have something that's unfixable is that they're extra vulnerable to the doctors who are less than honest, because they will promise things that they know they can't deliver for the sake of making the money off of those people. So the people that have something that they suspect might not be fixable, they maybe need the book more than some of the other people do that just want to have a bump taken off their nose or something like that. Not that those people can't be hurt too, but when you're in a situation like that, it makes you may jump to conclusions quicker, and you may make assumptions that will allow somebody less reputable to take advantage of you.
Yeah, right. And well, that's a wonderful thing. It sounds like the book would be very useful for a parent. I can imagine some teenager who's got a beautiful face but just doesn't like it for some reason. For the parent to be able to be more equipped with the request. I have a friend. He has 2 daughters. One daughter wanted the breast augmentation, and the other one wanted a nose job. And I believe they both went through it, and they both came out looking pretty good after the fact. But I was thinking, man, how do you know they're not going to come out looking like Barry Manilow or you know what I mean? And Barry, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I should have picked on Kenny Rogers instead. You know what I mean? Is that what the book would help with, though?
Absolutely. It teaches you how to qualify. It will explain to you how to qualify your doctor so that you really can check out his credentials. And there are people that they're less than honest doctors that have these incredible looking credentials, but they're all fraud. There's a famous story. It's still in active litigation. A gentleman from New York was searching around for somebody to do a fine tune of his nose, and he came across this Oklahoma plastic surgeon who had these amazing credentials, most of which turned out not to be true. So to make a long story short, he went to this plastic surgeon, and over a 5-year course had 23 surgeries, and his nose now makes Michael Jackson's nose look good, because all he's left with is 2 big pig holes in the front of his face. He's in constant pain. He's lost his job. He has no social life. He can't go out, and that's it. From choosing one of the best plastic surgeons, but he didn't know how to properly qualify him.
Now, we saw a photo, and maybe you're going to tell me that's fake, Larry, but we saw a photo online. We were passing it around. Well, we weren't passing, but we were sharing the link. There was a guy who needed a nose, and the doctors grew a nose on his forehead. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Close. What you do is you kind of bunch up the skin in the shape of a nose, and then where you took that skin from, you put other skin there. And that actually goes back to the barber surgeons of Italy. That technique has been around for over 200 years. And then once the nose takes on its shape and develops a good circulation, then you can swing it around into the position on the nose. And I've actually had an opportunity to do it one time.
So it sounds okay, but that doesn't sound like what we looked at. And it sounds like you're telling me that the photo we saw was fake.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe the description was a little bit more glamorous than the real fact. Well, you're talking about a period of time that takes about between 3 and 6 months to reshape the skin on the forehead, to replace the skin in that position, and then again, once that's all stabilized, then turn it around and move it down to the position of the nose, then fine tune it to get it into the spots and get it looking like that. You may have to even borrow a piece of rib or something to give it a little bit of support, so it's not just a floppy thing in the shape of a nose on the face. So the picture may have been entirely accurate, but they didn't just create it.
Okay, so they didn't do that from like stem cells or something.
No, we're not that far along yet.
Sometimes when babies are born, one of the, like say they're both of their legs, one leg isn't as long as the other one should be. Do you help with plastic surgery in that aspect, or is something else done to try to correct it before the child starts growing?
It's a very interesting question, and a good one too. The orthopedic surgeons and the pediatric orthopedic surgeons have some techniques where they can actually encourage the bones to grow faster, and they can stretch a bone to match the other bone, or to closely match the other bone. And the problem and that doesn't involve plastic surgery, but with the pins that they use to go through the skin to stretch the bone will leave what looks like bullet hole marks in the skin. And at some point, not when they're infants, but at some point, those children will seek plastic surgery to see if something can be done about those bullet hole kind of wounds. And I've taken care of those before.
You really are a godsend, sir, because some of the plastic surgeons that are out there all they're interested in is just enhancing the body parts, and they don't go into depth like you do as to help the overall well-being of the person.
Well, thank you. And I don't mean to reinforce my own qualifications, but in all honesty, the people that I see, and a lot of them now, that have been injured by other plastic surgeons, the majority of those people have seen an average of 5 other plastic surgeons who were turned away by every one of them.
Wow.
Wow. Well, let me just reintroduce our guest. Dr. Donald W. Kress is our guest. He's got a list of credentials, including his work as a plastic surgeon and his service in the armed forces. He served in Vietnam as a combat Green Beret. Wow.
Thank you.
The plastic surgery repairman. His book is called Trust Me, I'm a Plastic Surgeon, The Survival Guide. If you or somebody you love is considering plastic surgery, there are some horror stories out there, and this book will help you avoid being the next one. Hopefully that's accurate, Doctor. So I guess the one question is, I just have a question about the plastic surgery that you see with these celebrities. Why do most of them, not all of them, but most of them seem to have shinier skin? What's going on there?
Well, I think they can afford pretty good quality skincare products, so that and a lot of the skincare products do leave a sheen on the skin, and don't overlook the famous airbrush either. A lot of the pictures you're seeing are not the real people.
Oh, okay. So
I think that as part of the package that they're getting from the plastic surgeons, and one of the things about celebrity plastic surgery is that you'll see you just watch one of those television shows and they'll say, well, this person has had bad plastic surgery, this person has had bad plastic surgery, and this person is aging really well. Well, nonsense. That's good plastic surgery.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and I don't really think Dolly Parton looks that bad. Some people say,
No.
I don't think she looks that bad. Or what's the actress that's with Tom Hanks in a few movies? What's the cute actress?
Oh, Meg Ryan.
Yeah, she looks pretty good to me. I don't understand why they say.
Oh, you're not seeing better pictures.
You think they did a bad job on her?
No, I think Meg Ryan is a disaster. Yeah.
Let me look.
But then, I've seen some of these articles where they say, well, somebody must have had really bad Botox or something. But when I look at them, and this is what I do for a living, I look at them and it's like, I think she stayed out a little too late at that party last night. That doesn't look like bad plastic surgery. That's what we all look like when we.
Oh, that could be too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You think those before and after pictures that we see in the magazines are true to form, because they'll say celebrities without makeup, and then you'll see these horrendous pictures of the people. Why are they going to great lengths? Are they distorting the actual look just to sell a magazine?
Oh, I think you can. I'm sure that's true. I think I'm sure that the goal is magazine sales, and I think that. If you've got there's so many paparazzi out there now. There's so many pictures that if you want to show good, you can find a picture that'll show good. If you want to show bad, you can find somebody, like I said, maybe after a long late night shoot or something, an extra couple of drinks, and you can look pretty nasty the next morning.
Do we have the sound? We've been kind of focusing on faces, but I want to go to the breasts for a second here.
There you go.
But when and try to be serious, I know I'm a silly guy normally, but when a woman has had a mastectomy, is it possible nowadays to actually rebuild a breast for her?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You're not going for a double D or something like that, but yes, we can rebuild a breast, but it's not growing it in a test tube and then putting it on. That may occur in the future, but what will happen now is that we can use portions of skin from their belly so that they get a kind of a twofer. You get a little bit of a tummy tuck and rebuild a breast at the same time. That was invented quite a while ago, 25 years ago, by a plastic surgeon in Virginia Beach, and that's a pretty popular technique. Unfortunately now, although that is an excellent technique, the insurance companies are having more and more trouble. It's getting more and more trouble to get the insurance companies to cover that. The insurance companies would prefer that you just have an implant put in because it saves them a whole lot of money. So,
do you do a lot of work when the people have those stomach bands and things like that, when they're a little bit more obese and they lose the weight and they tighten up the muscles, but they have that extra skin? Is it healthier for them to come in to see you to get rid of that extra skin?
of course, that's the part. getting the weight down is going to contribute to their cardiac health and the other aspects of their health that may even head them off from getting diabetes and things. But as long as you've got a whole extra body worth of skin, your self-esteem is really just not going to get back to where it should be. And that's an important part of this whole process. If you're going to go through all that kind of surgery and all that entails, you want some self-esteem back, not just less risk of diabetes, less risk of stroke and heart disease. And the only way you can get that back is getting rid of that extra skin. And it's run into the same thing again. It's becoming more and more challenging to get some of these procedures through the insurance companies. They'll take off the extra flap of skin on the belly, but then when you start talking about, women with men or women with bat wings where they lost a lot of weight out of their arms, that's very difficult to get through an insurance company. Or doing some things on the thighs where, you've got enough skin that is overhanging your knee. Very difficult to get through insurance companies. Nearly impossible, in fact. So they will cover the most basic operation to take off the extra tummy, but not the rest of it.
And are you as a doctor at the mercy of unexpected things? In other words, let's say I come to see you and you give me a quote, and then when it's all over, I'm actually being billed for more than you said. Is that part of what happens simply because you ran into something that you didn't expect when you first gave me the quote?
That can happen, and it does occasionally happen to my patients, but usually for a very small amount. Because, I'm an old guy now, and I have a lot of experience, and I can pretty much tell how much it's going to take me to do something. But like I just did a gentleman 2 weeks ago, a big gentleman who needed a tummy tuck because he just really was not able to control his abdomen. So I did aggressive liposuction on him, and I took off the extra skin. I'm giving him back his body, and he's in a divorce, so he's looking at maybe getting back into the dating game again. And all my quotes and everything were accurate, except when I was doing his tummy tuck, I found 3 hernias.
Oh my!
I can't leave them.
Yeah.
I fixed his 3 hernias, and that ran an extra 45 minutes. So he started getting extra bills for things. I actually didn't charge him anything extra, but the anesthesia will, and the operating room will.
Oh, wow, wow. The book, again, is available. I want to make sure before we run out of time, we give the listeners the information so they can buy it. It's called Trust Me, I'm a Plastic Surgeon. And do you have a website?
I do. Same thing, www.trustmeimaplasticsurgeon.com. And also, it's on Amazon, and the Kindle version is on Amazon, too.
And do you allow students to shadow you so they know that if this is the profession they want to go into, that they can cement that in their minds by doing job shadowing?
Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that at all. Obviously there's confidentiality issues, and the patients all have to approve of a non-surgeon who's coming along with them. But no, I do that frequently.
Oh, that's
I've
wonderful.
even had requests from the Middle East for students to come over and watch. Sure.
Oh, that is wonderful.
All right. Well, Dr. Donald W. Kress, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be with us today. The fascinating work that you do. Again, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
In the military, and thank you for what you're doing now, obviously. Trust Me, I'm a Plastic Surgeon is the book. That's also the website, trustmeimaplasticsurgeon.com. Do not use the apostrophe, obviously, but just spell it out without the apostrophe, and you'll be able to get there. Doctor, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And my goal is to shed that title of the repair doctor and actually make a difference in the number of people that are being injured.
Oh,
wow.
my gosh.
Yeah, and that's probably going to happen, especially if parents get a hold of the book.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. Thank you, Doctor.
Don't rule out the possibility of children getting a hold of the book and advising the parents what not to do.
You know what? I didn't think of it that way, but you're right. It's a two-way street. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Like it or not, springtime is just around the corner, and so is spring cleaning and those winter projects you've been putting off. But don't worry, Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101, 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. More violence in Iraq. This time, reports of militants killing Iraqi soldiers they were holding captive.
The organization Human Rights Watch says up to 190 men were killed in the northern city of Tikrit after studying the photos and satellite imagery. Some of the photo captions warned this is the fate that awaits Shiites sent to fight Sunnis.
Fox Radio's Emily Wither. Consumers showing a bit more confidence in the economy. The latest reading on consumer sentiment from the University of Michigan, higher than expected for June. Actor Shia LaBeouf kicked out of the Broadway show Cabaret last night.
Witnesses tell the New York Post Shia LaBeouf was slapping people on the behind and smoking before he was escorted out and later arrested. The Post also reports LaBeouf threatened officers and had to be muzzled with a face mask.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso, the former star of the Transformers franchise, faces disorderly conduct and criminal trespass charges. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Welcome to summer, the official season of outdoor projects. It's time to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. No one knows projects better than the Home Depot, and no one knows project cleanup better than Bounty paper towels. Bounty has the strength, absorbency, and durability to clean up messes from any outdoor project. And because Bounty is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand, you can handle big cleanups and still use less. So when you stop by the Home Depot for your next project, make sure you stock up on Bounty paper towels too. It's the official quicker picker-upper of summer.
Napa know-how! People say you need an oil change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Lucky you. Napa has 5 quarts of Pennzoil conventional oil in a Napa Silver filtered for just $20.99. Don't need an oil change? Then find a Napa store 3,000 to 5,000 miles away and change it when you get there for just $20.99. Conquer the job. That's Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. At participating Napa Auto Parts store.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. And with summer here, it's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hey, hello. How you doing? 27 minutes before 12 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. Robin, did you see the story that there's a theory that there in an approaching hurricane, airplanes will be able to go into them and they inject something into the atmosphere. I don't know what they do, and they actually decrease the amount of humidity and therefore kind of defuse the hurricane?
Oh, wow. I haven't seen that.
I don't know if I like this idea or not. I mean, I've often thought, well, maybe we're supposed to have hurricanes. Maybe we're supposed to have this large amount of rain to keep God's plan to keep it all working and everything.
Don't mess with the heavens.
We mess with stuff too much, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
I think so, too.
But anyway, it's a reminder. And you know what? You would be wishing for that thing. If you were looking at another Katrina coming your way, you would say, come on, get those planes out there. You would say, we'll worry about nature tomorrow. Today, let's fix ourselves. But in the meantime, we can prepare. We can get a generator or something if we need it.
Sure.
And Brianna's on the phone, coincidentally. Wow, that works right into this, doesn't it? from Jerry's Pawn and Gun. Good morning, Brianna. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. It's Friday. You guys are open tomorrow, right?
Yes, we are.
We gotta stop by there. I got some gifts I need to get.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you guys.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a
Or
while.
at least you, if you both want to come.
What do you have? What do you have in the music department? Any? Let's see. What do we want? Stringed instruments?
How about flutes? Do you have any flutes?
I believe we have a couple flutes back there.
Oh, okay, good.
Robin and I are working on a patriotic set of songs. We play, we don't play big places. We play like nursing homes.
Okay. No, that's awesome. That's really nice of you.
Well, it's kind of fun for us, and it gives us a reason to practice the music. Otherwise, we just play in the kitchen.
We were fortunate one day when Larry and I were in there that you had a couple of people from a band in there, and they were utilizing your instruments, and they provided some music to the customers. And that's what's wonderful about Jerry's Pawn and Gun, is that you're so personable and you make people feel at home.
Awesome. Yes, we enjoy it when people come in and sit down and start playing something. We'll just all tune in, and it's nice. It's something to break up the day.
Did I ever ask you, do you own a horse?
I think you have, but yes, I do have horses.
You have horses, plural.
Mm-hmm.
Plural.
Oh wow! Because we have a horse show now on Fridays, and I never knew that the way you break a horse is to just gently do it. Like when they're young, you put a blanket on their back.
Yep, you imprint them. You can, walk them over a tarp. You can, have something that makes loud noises and get them used to that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. So do you do that on your own, or do you have a professional horse breaker?
No, we did all of that on our own, but we haven't done that in several years. We used to do that, and it was a lot of fun.
Do you know what he was saying? He said the horse is maybe the only. Well, it's not the only, because I just thought of a rabbit. But he was saying the horse is one of the few pets that we have that is not a predator. It's a prey in nature.
Yep. I've actually been to a seminar where they showed instead of it coming at the horse, they took a wild Mustang, and instead of coming at it gently, kind of showed what it would do if you had your hands up, kind of like a animal would. Like,
really?
And it got scared. But if you turned your hands backwards and you kind of came at them more timidly, more calmly, they wanted to come to you. They wanted to, they felt comfortable.
Oh, that is interesting, huh?
There was a little more to it. It's been a long time, but I remember those few points about it.
Well, do you have the helmets and things for the student riders?
I don't have any helmets. We have Western saddles and probably some bridle sets to go with them. That's really all we have right now for horses.
Yeah, but if somebody had one and they outgrew it and they wanted to come and exchange it for cash, they could bring it to you and you would buy it from them?
Sure, we'd take a look at that, absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. All
right, now I started out with the hurricanes talk. Do you have any generators right now?
Yes, we do. We have some Honda motor generated generators. We have some Troy built. There's several different brands out there, and then we have more in storage. So we're well prepared for that season.
Yeah, really,
this season.
Are they very loud, or do you have the kind that don't hardly make any noise?
There are some. The Honda ones are generally a lot more quiet. So yes, we do have some. And Jerry's telling me to remember to let everybody know this is canoe season. We just got our new shipment of canoes in, so we have plenty to choose from. More of the square back with the tunnel in the middle, so they're less tippable and they hold more weight.
Oh, okay.
So we have plenty of those that just came in this morning.
By the way, Jerry was telling us one time about a canoe. I could not find that on the internet at all. So how do you spell that?
G-H-E...
Oh, H.
E-N-O-O, I think.
Okay. I spelled it wrong. What is that? What is
for
it?
Sure. From the best that I know, it's like a make of a canoe. Like there's canoes and then there's canoes. And everybody thinks ours are canoes, but they're canoes. I guess the canoes are typical with a flat back, so you can put a motor on them.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done my research on that
Oh,
either,
okay,
so I'll
okay.
look it up too.
Oh, they make them in Titusville. I just found it. Canoe.
Oh.
Genu models and made in Titusville. Wow, right down the road.
I think it's a make, not a type. It's a brand name.
I see. Yeah.
And do you have the motors that would fit on the back of the square backs that you were talking about?
I have at least one. We may have a couple more. One of them is a Minn Kota Model 65. I know because we just looked at it with a customer, so we do have at least one.
Are they all gas or electric or both?
I believe that one's electric.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I just think those are a lot better than the gasoline. They're quieter.
Yep, absolutely.
And, of course, you got lots of other stuff. You got guns. We've got to mention guns. You got cameras. You got jewelry, tools, and, of course, you loan money.
Absolutely. If anybody needs a little extra cash this summer, you bring in your SLR cameras, gold, jewelry, silver, coins, coin collections, guns, you name it. We'll be happy to loan you some money.
And I really like the fact that you powder coat the guns. So if somebody has a gun and they want it a different color, can they bring that in?
Absolutely, and get it Cerakoted. I think you saw the other day that Tiffany blue.
Yeah, the blue one, yeah.
Print. Yeah, he can do anything. He does a great job.
Jerry's Pawn and Gun. Hours. What are your hours?
We're here 8:30 to 5.
Joe's here.
Monday through Friday. And then Saturday 8:30 to 4. We will be closed for the 4th of July, Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
be closed for that. Yep.
All right.
How late are you open today?
We're here till 5.
Till 5.
I think Joe's coming over. Sounds like Joe's.
I might stop over. I don't know, but it'll be before 5, I guess. Yeah.
Remember when you walk through the door, what you got to do?
I already done that to that poor girl. she just looked at me and said, "What the?" Then she seen the shirt. She says, "Oh." I'm looking for a battery-operated trimmer. Do you have any of those?
I have a gas still.
I got a lot of gas too, but that doesn't help me trim the grass.
No, I don't right now. No.
Oh, well, I guess I'm not going to come visit you today then. We'll have to figure out something else that I might need and I'll come visit you. That's why I was looking for a battery-operated trimmer there.
And where are you, Brianna? Where is Jerry's Pawn and Gun?
We are located on Highway 441 and Northwest 8th Street in Ocala, just north of the courthouse. We're 40.
And let's give out that phone number real quickly.
Yes, it's 622-3780.
All right, Brianna. Well, you have a great weekend. Thank you for everything you do.
You too. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a little break. We're going to have fun with Joe in just a little bit. We'll be right back.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The national posted price on peanuts stayed the same this week, $424.74 per ton for runner-type peanuts. The market loan program has also utilized some peanuts. They had 1,432,000 tons at the beginning of the season. They've sold them out, down to 185,000 tons remaining, and peanuts have to be moved out of the loan by October.
The USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service has a program to reward and encourage environmental stewardship for ag and forestry producers. The Conservation Stewardship Program, or CSP, is voluntary. Applicants must be USDA operators. CSP participants will adopt new conservation practices and manage existing ones. For more information on CSP, visit nrcs.usda.gov or call NRCS. Helping people help the land.
Good news from Birdsong Peanut Company. Birdsong Peanuts is proud to celebrate their 100th anniversary. During the recent USA Peanut Congress, the company held a super celebration honoring the history of Birdsong Peanuts based in Suffolk, Virginia. For 5 generations, Birdsong has delivered naturally nutritious peanuts to manufacturers around the corner and around the world, they said. Peanuts are their only business, so everything rests on their ability to serve customers well. George Birdsong, the president, said that Birdsong buys carefully selected peanuts directly from the farmer, and then they clean them, shell them, size them, and ship them in truckload lots to manufacturers around the world. Today, the company has 6 shelling plants, mainly in Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, throughout the peanut growing belt, comprised of 11 states. He says, in addition, they have 85 buying points where they buy and store farmer stock peanuts. He said they have new farming operations in Florida and in Texas where they grow peanuts on land that is 100% irrigated. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest